What if I told you there is a place in America where cattle are found dead with absolute surgical precision? A place where glowing objects appear in the sky almost every single night. A place where scientists, military personnel, and government investigators spent years searching for answers and still could not explain what they found. This place isn't a movie, it isn't a legend, and it is not a conspiracy theory. It exists right now, deep in the deserts of Utah. Its name is Skinwalker Ranch, and for more than 2 centuries, people have reported the impossible. Tonight, we're going inside. Hidden in northeastern Utah lies a remote 512-acre property, surrounded by rugged, rocky mesas and endless desert. At first glance, it looks completely ordinary. A farmhouse, open fields, a few dirt roads, nothing unusual. But long before modern investigations began, Native American tribes warned outsiders to stay far away from this area. Stories spoke of strange entities, unexplained encounters, and a terrifying being known as the Skinwalker, a shape-shifting figure from tribal folklore. Whether those stories were myths or warnings, nobody knows. But one thing is absolutely certain. The fear surrounding this land existed long before Skinwalker Ranch became famous. And in 1994, one family would discover why. In 1994, Terry and Gwen Sherman purchased the ranch. They weren't paranormal investigators. They weren't thrill seekers. They were simple ranchers, looking for a fresh start. But shortly after moving in, strange events began. Livestock started disappearing, not escaping, not breaking through fences, but vanishing. No tracks, no blood, no evidence. Then came the mutilations. Several cattle were found dead under truly bizarre circumstances. Some appeared to have surgical-like cuts. Others were missing organs. Investigators searched for logical explanations. Predators, criminal activity, natural causes. But many questions remained completely unanswered. The Shermans also reported seeing unusual lights in the sky, strange figures watching them from the distance, and sounds that seemed to come from empty parts of the property. As the months passed, intense fear replaced excitement. The ranch that was supposed to be their dream home had become a living nightmare. Eventually, they left, but their story was only beginning, because their experiences attracted the attention of people with massive money, resources, and powerful connections. News of the ranch spread quickly. Soon, billionaire entrepreneur Robert Bigelow purchased the property, not to live there, but to study it. Bigelow assembled an elite team of scientists, researchers, former law enforcement officers, and intelligence specialists. Their mission was simple: find out what was actually happening. The ranch became one of the most heavily monitored properties in America. Cameras were installed, sensors were deployed, data was collected day and night. Over the years, researchers documented highly unusual reports: strange lights, severe equipment malfunctions, unexpected readings from scientific instruments, and sightings that investigators struggled to explain. Some researchers described glowing orbs moving across the property. Others reported sudden equipment failures during critical testing moments. Yet, despite years of surveillance, no single explanation could account for everything. The mystery only deepened. Then came the revelation that shocked the world. In 2017, reports revealed that the US government had funded a highly secret Pentagon program to investigate unexplained aerial phenomena. The program became known as AATIP, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. The project received millions of dollars in classified funding, and Skinwalker Ranch became one of the primary locations connected to the investigation. Former intelligence officials later confirmed that unusual reports from the ranch attracted serious government interest, not because anyone had proven extraterrestrial activity, but because many incidents remained completely unexplained. For years, government agencies, researchers, and private investigators searched for answers. Yet, the mystery remained, and it remains today. Today, Skinwalker Ranch is owned by businessman Brandon Fugel. Unlike previous owners, he chose to continue scientific investigations completely openly. Researchers now use advanced drones, thermal cameras, ground-penetrating radar, radiation detectors, and high-tech monitoring equipment. Some experiments have produced intriguing results. Others have produced nothing at all. Reports continue to surface about unusual aerial objects, GPS disruptions, severe equipment malfunctions, and unexplained anomalies. Skeptics argue that many events can be explained through natural causes, environmental conditions, or simple human error. Believers strongly disagree, and that disagreement is exactly why Skinwalker Ranch continues to fascinate millions of people. So, what is really happening at Skinwalker Ranch? Theory 1. Misidentification. Some experts believe ordinary events are being interpreted as extraordinary, simply because of the ranch's terrifying reputation. Theory 2. Secret technology. Others suggest advanced classified military testing could explain many of the aerial sightings. Theory 3. Unusual natural phenomena. Specific geological or atmospheric conditions may be responsible for the strange electronic readings and observations. And finally, Theory 4. Something we simply do not understand yet. Not aliens, not ghosts, not necessarily anything supernatural. Just a phenomenon that modern science has not fully explained. At least, not yet. For decades, people have arrived at Skinwalker Ranch, searching for those answers. Scientists, journalists, government investigators, and curious visitors. Most leave with far more questions than they arrived with. Maybe one day, the mystery will be solved. Maybe every strange report will eventually have a perfectly logical explanation. Or maybe Skinwalker Ranch will remain one of those rare places that refuses to surrender its secrets. Because after all the investigations, all the money, and all the advanced technology, one fact remains completely unchanged. Skinwalker Ranch is still unsolved. And somewhere in the Utah desert, the cameras are still recording. The scientists are still searching. And the mystery continues.